today in the courtroom. This matter was reset today. Because at our last hearing, we needed to follow up with Abbott House about a promise to pay. And then I believe there was an issue about utilities and being added to rent, and she hadn't paid her portion. I think you were going to provide me some documentation to support that. You said that Section 8 paid your rent for you, and you believe that your consumers was already paid, so you were supposed to bring evidence to that. And I don't want to see anything
on my phone.
I'm not looking over your phone anymore. I told you that last time. I don't have to go to people's phone to get evidence. It's actually really.
It's only an app on my phone that I have.
It's really inappropriate. You could have went to consumers and they would print out a statement for you. They do it all the time.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I couldn't even tell you what consumers do that.
I couldn't either, but you were the one who was supposed to bring me evidence. You were supposed to call them and tell them I need statements.
I figured that instead of sending everything to the email, that it would be fine. I would think that was like added on at the end, where they added that consumer's energy bill onto my thing.
They added consumer's energy bill to what?
To my rent.
Okay, let's see here.
That was the last thing that they added. They added that on there like last month or something like that. That's when she gave me the paper that I sent to you guys in y'all inbox mail thing. They stated that if you need to send paper, send it to that box. I sent everything to that box, every paper to that box. When you move in, you gotta have your consumer energy in your name.
Okay, give me just a moment. Okay, we had our eviction diversion facilitator contact Abbott House. And I'm going to just read what was indicated so that we're both all clear on what they sent to me. They said they were able to run through all the case documents in your file. And unfortunately, there was really high balances. It says there was a subsidized rent portion, which we are aware of. I said they were capping assistance at a 6-month max, leaving you, ma'am, with a co-payment amount that would have to be paid prior to them being able to pay what they're going to pay. They said they assumed the balance to date would be approximately $3,912.82. Is that accurate?
From a ledger I received yesterday, it's $3,667.30.
So that's actually lower than what they assumed. That is without an updated ledger, it says, verifying what information they have, but adding in a month of November's cost. It says the problem with their calculation, that's Abbott House calculation, is that they have calculations are payable are only $984.79. That's 4 months of rent, late, and utilities, which leaves you, ma'am, with a $2,799.27 copay resulting from VAT charges that the Abbott House would have no way of knowing what accumulated to that amount, even if they were to sue and say pay $234 in rent, 100 in late fees, and other guesstimate of $158.40 in utilities for a total HPP payable amount of $1,477.19 at a 6-month max. It says your portion, Ms. Henry, would still be $2,435.63. And if you can't come up with that much that quickly to pay, it would leave the client, meaning you, with a balance and not preventing the eviction. They would remove you from their caseload and move on to another we may be able to prevent. I'm not 100% understanding the language here, but it does indicate to me at least, that there was a portion you were supposed to pay before they could make a payment.
But
But what?
that's the problem that we was having. We never got the promissory note to get from them when Edgewood kept on trying to get, when they kept trying to get the promissory note from Edgewood, we couldn't get the promissory note from them. When the Capital City Lansing, this place here, they were doing the same thing. They were paying $1,000 and then they were paying. That's what I was explaining to you last time we was here, that they wanted me to
When's
pay
the
a
last time
portion.
you paid your portion of rent?
What do you mean? I only have $100 in rent. I haven't gave them anything. I've been putting my money up, giving it to my mother, actually.
Giving it to your mother?
Yeah, making her put it up for me.
When is the last time you paid your portion of rent?
I haven't gave them.
I'm trying to ask you, when was the last time? This is a date certain. What day did you last time go to Edward Villas and
The
provide
last
them
time
with
I
some
went
money?
there to pay them was in September of 2022 or 2021.
So you haven't given them any money since September 2022, correct?
Correct, for that
Okay.
for a year,
Okay, out of your portion.
out of my portion.
Okay, and so when you were told that you were supposed to make some payments after we had that long drawn out hearing?
Yeah, you said that, but I put the money up instead of
So
trying to,
then where's the money?
I just gave it to my mom. I gave it to my mom to put up for me.
Why didn't you give it to your landlord?
Because I went to the office, and when I went up to the office, like I said before, I got the paper ledger from them. That ledger that she got from there is totally different. I have a whole different letter stating that I owe $3,200 to them on my ledger that they gave me at the office before they fired Natasha.
You're saying that she owes how much?
That ledger,
$3,667.30.
Why wouldn't you owe that?
because when I was supposed to be paying when the agency was supposed to be paying, that's what they were supposed to pay $2,700. Out of the $2,700 from the agency, they were supposed to pay.
Who was gonna pay $2,700?
That's what we came here last time for.
That was in July.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
It's November.
I couldn't get nothing paid because they wasn't taking a promissory note.
Okay,
I'm not gonna
no,
pay
but you
something
still
that
had
they're
a
not
portion and the Abbott House says
I
that
can't give them a portion if they're gonna try to put us out. I got the letter saying that they already evicted us. So I'm confused. Like, I didn't even have a lease for September. No lease at all.
I'm not asking you about that. I'm asking you, why didn't you pay your portion of the rent if you've been putting it up for a year?
No, I haven't been putting it up for a year. I started putting it up like when you told me this last month or whatever I think it was last month that you told me that I need to start paying my payments. I put my money up. I went to the office. When I went to the office, that's when she gave me that ledger. And when I got the ledgers, I'm like, this don't even make sense. This don't even add up. So I'm gonna just wait to go back to court. When we came back to court, that's when you told me to wait for the Abbott House. I don't have it. I left it on my.
No, I asked you to show me a promise to pay from the Abbott House because you have refused to bring that to me. I had to have someone from the court contact Abbott House.
Get that.
Talk over me one more time. I had to have somebody from the Abbott House contact them myself because you come here and you don't bring me anything.
Well, I left the papers at home today.
Well, that doesn't help me.
And then the Abbott House popped the promissory note. I couldn't get anything because they was not signing the paper.
That's not what Abbott House said, and this is nothing to hear about. We can't give a promissory note because they won't sign the paper. What this email says is that we have a 6-month cap. We're only going to pay back 6 months, and you got to pay your portion first. And you haven't.
She never gave me a portion to pay that because I never was able to get the.
Why do Abbott House got to give you a portion to pay?
Because when it come down to it, they tell me what I need to pay in order for me to get the promise. I mean, to get it. She wasn't giving me the promissory note because Edgewood was never trying to get them. The girl, Erica. That's why I got the text message when I showed it to you and it stated that they were not trying to get the promissory note. They were never trying to sign the promissory note. When I gave you the one from the city of Lansing, he even stated to himself, they're not trying to give me the promissory note. They never tried to give me the promissory note. I feel like I'm not gonna pay for something. And then they keep on trying to kick me out. They stated when August 7th came, I was kicked out of the unit.
August 7th came, you was kicked out of the unit?
Correct. On my paperwork that they gave me from the ledger, it states that I moved out the unit August 7th.
They locked you out of the house?
No, they wasn't able to lock me out the house. Because
so how were you kicked out of the unit?
Because I called her and told her that the court said that I had to go back to court. That's what happened. That's why they wasn't able to come.
So you weren't locked out?
No,
correct? Okay. And so I did see communication that you provided previously where they sent and said that you were evicted, so they wouldn't accept any rent. And so that's why I adjourned this to get this fixed. We were so far beyond that now because I adjourned this because that was an error.
Okay.
I adjourned this because that was an error, and I advised them that you would bring us a promise to pay from, you said the Abbott House. You came back here, you still didn't bring us a promise to pay. Because I want to know how much money they were going to pay. Because there's no reason for them to sit here and wait if they're only going to get $1,477 from the Abbott House, and you're responsible for the remaining balance.
But if the Evan House was paying, if I only owed $2,700 at that time, the Evan House was paying $1,400 and the other place was paying $1,000.
Who's the other place?
The city of Lansing.
Okay, but you still haven't paid anything. You haven't paid any of your portion. So you're telling me the city of Lansing was going to pay $1,000 and the Abbott House was going to pay the $1,477, which the $1,477 includes today. This is not what they were going to pay then. It's been accruing, is what he's saying in this email. They cap it at 6 months out. You're beyond that at this point. And so on top of that, 2,700, it was 27,9927 to be exact. Here we are. That was July. That was the amount I told you in July. It is November. You still now have been accruing month's rent, and you haven't even paid that out of your own portion.
It's $100.
But that's my point. It's only $100. You ain't pay it. Who told you to
got the $100 put up? All the monies for those months are put up. I just said that. I put the money up. The only reason why I did not pay is because when they gave me that ledger, the ledger stated something totally different. They had 2 different ledgers that they gave me.
But you didn't bring me the ledgers.
I didn't bring them because I sent them to your email that you said that you could send stuff to. You said that they will go in your case if you send them to the email.
Lower your tone. When did you send emails?
I emailed those on October 4th or September 4th, whichever one. I remember the email. I got the email from in my phone.
I told you when you left here last time to bring me the evidence.
You told me to bring you the evidence, correct? But that was for Consumers Energy. I felt like, Consumers Energy. I got $500 in Consumers Energy money.
You have ledgers.
So I'm confused on why they say that I even owe Consumers Energy.
That was the same thing you brought up last time. What is the ledger? You have 2 ledgers or 1 ledger?
This is just one. I make copies.
Can you show her? Look, she needs a copy. Is this the ledger that you're talking about that they provided you?
This was from this week, Connie.
No, this is not the ledger that I received. I have 2 different. This is the one that says Edge in my step.
Thank you. This ledger is dated for today. It says your outstanding balance is $3,667. That's because it's accrued up until today's date. There's a late fee, there's rent, there's water and sewer. Look at this ledger that we just provided you. What are you disputing on this ledger?
None of this looks like my ledger that I got.
I don't care. What are you disputing on this ledger?
I just told you. I can't read this ledger right now because I didn't even read this ledger. At this point.
I just told you to read it.
$65 for water. It looked like they took Consumers Energy off.
Okay, so you're not disputing anything about this ledger, is what you're saying?
No, I'm not. They just got this ledger, the ledger that I got.
I didn't ask you that. Answer my questions and my question only. Keep the other commentary to yourself.
Only thing I'm disputing is if I was paid in
eviction is in favor of the plaintiff. I'm not going back and forth with you no more. That's the last time you talk over me. Good night. Bye.
So now what?
Now you're evicted. I'm done. I have gone above and beyond trying to help you. I have adjourned this about 10 times trying to help you, to bring me what you can bring me so that I can assist you to keep a roof over your head. You're not going to talk over me when I am talking. I've told you that multiple times, not just today. I've told you this in multiple hearings. Until you can grow up and learn how to conduct yourself and pay your bills and handle your business like an adult, you're going to continue to have this cycle. Do you understand me? You don't come in a courtroom and talk over people when they're talking. I don't have to keep reminding you of that. You're way too old for this. Good night. Get out of my courtroom.
So what I gotta do now?
You need to find a place to stay because I'm granting them judgment immediately.
There you go, Desiree.
I just think this is some bullshit because
get out of my courtroom with that language.